Commander, Mordremoth proved even more powerful than we imagined. The jungle itself set against us and shredded our ships. And then there was the call. All of us sylvari heard it, and many followed Mordremoth's commands, turning on their Pact allies. Many are dead. Still others are missing. And our fleet is utterly broken. If rescue doesn't come soon, there won't be anything left to rescue. Please, we need your help.
Hearing the cry for help, I quickly regrouped at Red Rock Bastion. Time was already ticking. There, Tactician Elk delivered the grim reality. The assault on Maguuma had failed. All 23 airships lay grounded, and many sylvari were now turning against us. I sprinted with my allies, Braham, Taimi, Kasmeer, Marjory, and Rox, toward Amber Sandfall, and Canuck caught up with us along the way. We fought fiercely to defend it from yet another brutal attack, and quickly approached the entrance to Verdant Brink. Little did we know, we'd stepped into a storm we weren't prepared for, something far worse than we could have imagined.
Stay sharp, people. Mordremoth hit the Pact hard. It's up to us to pick up the pieces.
Oh, gods. So much wreckage.
I was expecting carnage. With this, Mordremoth actually took down the entire fleet.
Spirits. Could anyone have survived? We need to get down there, fast!
The Pact Fleet was decimated over Verdant Brink, massacred in an instant. Panic surged through us as we sprinted towards the nearest encampment, desperation pushing us forward. We searched for allies amid the chaos, and there, beside the wreckage, we found Loranther of the Wild, leader of the Pale Reavers, the very same who sent the Pact SOS earlier, alongside other Pact agents. Time was running out. We needed supplies fast. Our choices? Raid a nearby prisoner camp, or scavenge the wreckage of the lethal Vantage that had fallen nearby. Every second felt like a countdown to catastrophe. After taking a vote, we decided to gather supplies from the fallen airship. While traveling, however, we came across something terrifying.
Commander, you need to see this.
Obey.
The dragon! Mordremoth! It's in my head! Can you hear it?
We all hear Mordremoth's call. To weak-willed sylvari, it sounds like thunder. To me, it's more like a buzzing fly.
If that's true, I need you to keep demonstrating it. Show everyone that Mordremoth doesn't own us.
I am the reason you exist. I am the purpose you serve. Obey me.
Commander, Mordremoth's voice.
No, I'm not. Help me!
Fight it, soldier. Focus on my voice. Remember who you are, why you're here. You are a child of the Pale Tree and a member of the Pact. Mordremoth is the enemy.
The enemy. Mordremoth! You hear its voice too, but you resist. So does Canuck. And so do I. Thank you, Commander.
We need to look out for each other. Fall in, soldier. This war isn't over yet.
Shortly afterward, we uncovered something horrifying. Zojja's golem, Mr. Sparkles, destroyed. That's not promising. Panic set in as we scrambled to gather supplies from the wrecked airship. Time was running out. We raced back to the camp, determined to defend it during nightfall. We hastily assembled turrets from scrap, but our relief was short-lived. No sooner had we finished than Mordrem forces launched a brutal assault. Amid the chaos of the fight, something entirely unexpected happened. Something that changed everything.
Sharpen your blades and guard your vitals. I'm back.
Finishing the fight alongside Rytlock, who had been missing for some time, we cleared the camp and successfully held out through nightfall. Our next objective was to find the rest of Destiny's Edge, but little did we know, that was far easier said than done. At first light, we pushed deeper into Verdant Brink, desperate to find any survivors. The terrain was treacherous, a constant challenge to navigate, but I pressed on and finally I located a Pact encampment. I hurried to speak with the remaining soldiers. Among them, Ensign Wilson caught my attention. His words were quick and urgent. He had seen Caithe, the traitor, and a member of Destiny's Edge, fleeing with a backpack that held the egg. The others offered little, except for one soldier, who was painfully open in his hostility. I proceeded to check the outskirts of the camp, and I found another Pact scout. They told me about the Itzel to the northeast, and I proceeded to make my way there. Time to make some new allies. Hey, before I continue, I would like to thank the sponsor of this video, absolutely nobody. See, this channel isn't monetized yet, and it doesn't have any sponsors either, so that means I will make absolutely nothing from posting these videos. If you do enjoy watching these, please subscribe, like, or even leave a comment, as it really means a lot and helps whenever you do. Now, back to the video. I quickly regrouped with my comrades, only to stumble upon an Itzel patrol under attack. Without hesitation, we joined the battle, fighting side by side with them. Afterward, we asked to form an alliance. The Itzel scout, Ibli, told us that we need to speak with the Kana, their village's leader, before any help could be granted. While my allies and I were escorted through the village, Braham pressed on, determined to find Destiny's Edge. Rytlock volunteered to stay behind, offering to defend him while they searched for any signs. As we walked and were introduced to Tizlak, a fierce New Hawk warrior, we finally arrived at the Itzel village. The villagers welcomed us quickly, but grim news followed. A Mordrem caravan was lurking just outside, threatening to raid the village. If we wanted their support, we'd have to take out that threat first. After tense negotiations with the Kana and my allies, we resolved to strike the caravan head-on before it could do any more damage. Tizlak led us to the staging area outside the camp, and we began to clear out the Mordrem. At first, things went smoothly. We even managed to wipe out the first half of the camp. But as we reached the center, both Kanak and I heard something. We pressed on, fighting fiercely through the camp. After capturing the center, our eyes fell on something horrifying. Lighting pods. Mordremoth's twisted tools used to curl up the fallen and turn them into Mordrem. Without hesitation, we focused on destroying the pods, knowing every second counted. Tizlak, rallying some New Hawk, took charge, holding the camp together while we fought to wipe them out. After a fierce and relentless fight, we managed to defeat every Mordrem guard in the area. Exhausted but victorious, we made our way back to the Itzel camp to deliver the grim news and prepare for what was to come. Shortly after, I sought out Tizlak, hoping to find my allies. As a token of gratitude for earlier, he handed me a New Hawk warbler, a crafted tool to help me locate any nearby New Hawk scouts. I darted through the treetops, following their signals until they all converged onto one location, the Kostek Itzel nearby. Now you might be thinking, hey, question, what's the problem? Aren't you friends with the Itzel? And well, that's where things get complicated. These aren't the same Itzel. This is a different tribe, and they are fiercely hostile to outsiders. I was told, however, that a scout was held within one of the prison cells there. Breaking in, I confronted the prisoner and discussed the situation. From what I could piece together, my allies had been tracking a caravan heading west. Without hesitation, I made my way there, grateful to the scout for their intel and eager to catch up with them before it was too late. Hearing this critical information, I swiftly regrouped with all my allies. The stakes couldn't be higher. Destiny's Edge was in dire straits, and every second counted. Every moment lost meant they drifted farther away, and Mordremoth's shadow grew ever closer. Soon after, we reached Rytlock and Braham.
What happened? I told you two to stay close, not take unnecessary risks.
But we spotted a Mordrem prison caravan. We followed it, and it led us to this camp. No risk, no reward. I made the call. Erson backed me up. We thought it was worth the risk. We were right.
Fair enough. Now, how heavily defended is this camp of yours?
Very. The Mordrem Guard are not mindless. They set up a strong defensive perimeter, and they know how to patrol it.
Brimstone is right. The Mordrem Guard are sharp, precise. They must know we're coming.
That doesn't matter now. There are prisoners here, and our friends might be among them. We're going in.
As we discussed our next move, we moved around the camp toward the rear entrance. Rytlock summoned his new magic from the Mists to locate one of the Destiny's Edge members, trapped somewhere inside. We stormed through the back of the cave, cutting down guards in our path, but when we reached the main encampment, we hit a brutal roadblock.
Hold up. There's too many Mordrem Guard ahead. If we engage, the noise will alert the entire camp. This looks like a Mordrem Guard bivouac. Close enough to guard the cages and to rally at the mustering ground. I figure the Mordrem Guard muster here before rolling out in force to collect prisoners and corpses.
We overcame worse odds while you were off in the mists. We can handle this.
I'm with Braham. You haven't really seen this team in action yet, Tribune. Trust me, and follow my lead.
Eager to spill blood after so long without a proper fight, we plunged into the fray. Gaining control of the camp center, we searched desperately for prisoners, only to be met with tendrils blocking our way. Frustrated, we scouted the area for supplies, and to our surprise, found something that would turn the tide. Incendiaries. We burned through the vines, then descended a cliff to reach the cages, but they were guarded by the camp's overseer. Using our new explosives, we turned him into a pile of ash, freeing the prisoners, many Pact soldiers and nightmare courtiers. Yet, despite our efforts, there was no sign of any members of Destiny's Edge. After conferring with Rytlock, we realized that they were still here. We pressed on, torching our way through the camp, until we finally found Air and Fallon. Air was the Destiny's Edge member we sought, but Fallon was the leader of the Nightmare Court. Both trapped in the same cell, we knew we had to free them. But the moment we did, disaster struck.
Head to the overpass. We can cut it off there.
We have to keep moving.
I like my chances better this way.
Mother, look out!
We rushed to Air's side, but it was too late. The Vine Tooth had already claimed her life. After avenging her, Braham, overwhelmed with grief, decided to stay behind for a few days. I let him, and Rox volunteered to guard him while he mourned. They set off, leading us to press forward, but I can't shake the feeling this won't be our last tragedy. Our friends are still out there, the egg is still missing, and Mordremoth's shadow looms over everything. We're running out of time, and I fear what's coming next. And with that, the first episode of the 43-day series is complete. Next week, I'll be releasing the second video, which should cover the second arc of the Heart of Thorn story. Before I go, I want to tell you about the Discord server I've launched since I hit 100 subscribers. Link will be on screen right now, and the invite code will be in the description in case you want to join. Anyways, with that out of the way, next video releasing in a week. I just said that. And, of course, finally, thank you for watching!